Good Monday morning. Welcome to Ocala Talks. On a Monday, it is Valentine's Day. If you're not gone out and got your candies and your flowers and your gift cards, well, you're running out of time. Galen Unal joins us from Life South, as he does every morning, brought to you by Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, and Just Ship. Galen, I know you, man, been married as long as you have. You had this taken care of easily before the weekend was over.
No, I didn't even touch it, actually. It's Valentine's Day. We're kind of past that. I didn't even know it was Valentine's Day this morning.
So you and your wife are past the Valentine's Day.
Well, apparently, because she forgot it too, and then she wished my son Happy Valentine's Day. And I went, oh, Happy Valentine's Day. And she goes, Happy Valentine's Day. We gave each other a kiss, and that was about it.
Yeah, I went against my wife's wishes and got her something. My wife's not a big, she's one of those that if we want it, we get it. So birthdays, we go on a trip for birthdays, but like presents and Christmas presents and stuff, she's not really big into that, and I'm not really either, but I know she wanted something because I'm loud and obnoxious, and so she asked for it for Mother's Day, but I went ahead and got it for her for Valentine's Day, and it's a very nice pair of Sony noise-canceling headphones. I gave them to her over the weekend so she could cancel me out during football.
Well, there you go. Congratulations.
And by the way, a lot of my friends now are saying, could I get a set of those noise-canceling headphones so we can cancel you out? I don't know what that means.
Right. You should just
I don't know why they're asking that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So Galen, over the weekend, there was a small football game.
Yep.
Took place last night. The Los Angeles Rams, successful 23-20 winners over the Cincinnati Bengals. I'll be honest with you, one of the first games in a long time that I actually was into the whole game. Actually, the last time I was into a game like this was the Falcons and Patriots. Was the last time I gave this game that much attention.
Well, I was kind of not into it it was, I watched it, obviously, but I wasn't into it. I don't watch any of the pregame. And I think a lot of it has to do with because I just despise Chris Collinsworth so much. I think he's so bad.
And then he's got his son working there too now. Now he's got his son working there too.
Well, and Chris, I was like, if there was a bet that how many times that they were going to refer to Chris Collinsworth playing in the Super Bowl with the Bengals the last time they were there, I was going to go crazy. But I don't know. Al Michaels is so good. You know what I mean? He's like 97. I think he's like 79 or something. He's so good. So good. And I just don't think Chris Collinsworth is very good.
Yeah, it just
he takes away from the game for me. And I usually don't listen to the commentators, but it's a Super Bowl, so you're kind of forced to. So, yeah. Lot of bets though, prop bets and everything. Now, did you partake in any kind of prop bets or anything? Do you do those? I always bet the national anthem, and I always take the over. And then I took the Bengals, and I parlayed it with the under, and so that hit. So yeah, it was good.
Oh, you took the Bengals in the points to 4.5.
Right.
That's a pretty good bet by you. Pretty good bet by you.
And I'm usually an over guy, but I just looked at this game, and I look at what happens to the Rams in big games, and McVay gets really, really tight, and his play calling completely changes. So I didn't feel good about it in the first half, but yeah, it hit.
I missed everything. I had the Bengals to win on the money line. Well, that didn't happen. I took Chase I parlayed a prop bet of Chase catches a touchdown plus the Bengals score 23.5 points. That didn't happen. I took the under on the national anthem. That didn't happen. I took, what else did I take? What else dumb bets did I take? I took tails on the coin flip. That didn't happen. And there was one other. Oh, and I took a flyer because he was 2,800 to 1. So I took a flyer on Von Miller being MVP of the game, and he wasn't, because the Offensive Player of the Year, the NFL's Offensive Player of the Year, Cooper Kupp, was also the MVP of the game.
You watch that game. There's nobody else that could be.
Nobody.
Cup.
Nobody.
You know, my son got an interesting bet. I didn't even know this existed, but he got plus 500 on the Bengals win the toss and the game.
Oh.
I was like, ooh, that's a fun bet.
That's a fun bet.
And he was upset because that would have been a big hit for him if that came in, and he was feeling good up until a really terrible holding call. The first penalty, hadn't called anything in the second half until that terrible holding.
That holding call, defensive holding, was terrible. And then they decided to just call 2 more penalties because they didn't think the Rams could do it on their own.
Well, one of them was a good call. That hit, they called that unsportsmanlike hit. He didn't lower his helmet.
That's called football. When I played, I would not be able to play a down today.
It would be really difficult as a coach for me to tell that player what he did wrong, right? How is he not supposed to? I don't know. He has to hit him, but I guess he was. I don't know. I didn't understand that call. The last call on Cooper Kupp to put the ball on the 1-yard line, obviously pass interference.
That was pass interference.
The guy had no choice. But there were 3 calls and 3 plays, and I thought 2 of them were pretty bad.
Yeah,
but
well,
at the same time, they missed the whole Jalen Ramsey.
No, that was egregious. He got face masked bad. And first play out of the second half, he gets his whole head turned around almost. And, no call, nothing.
Yeah, again, the officials had to expose themselves for what they are, officials. And we move on. I mean, that's part of the game. They give and they take. But I don't know. The Bengals have something to complain about, though, with that first call.
Well, Jalen Ramsey will tell you the Rams do, because the Bengals wouldn't have had that touchdown if he doesn't get face masked.
You're absolutely right. No, again, it wasn't a well officiated game, but I don't think the playoffs were particularly well officiated.
Well, I never think seasons are well officiated. So that's just me.
I don't think there's such a thing as a good official.
I do not either. I can help you out. I can help your son out. I can help your son out.
Not bad ones. All right.
I can help your son out, though, to ease the pain maybe of his bad beat of the win the coin toss, win the game. Because I understand he was close, right? Close, but not as close as the worst bad beat I've heard about in a very long time. And first off, if you took the over in this bet, you deserve to lose in the first place. Okay? The over-under on Matthew Stafford rushing yards for the game were 6.5 yards. It's easy to say from that over-under that Vegas doesn't think Stafford is a running quarterback. Can we draw that conclusion?
Absolutely.
So Matthew Stafford in the first half, in the first quarter, I think, he scampers for a 7-yard gain. There's your over, but he's got the whole game to go. Okay? With sacks and everything involved, he ends up still on the number 7 as the Rams knock down a pass and get the ball back with 36 seconds. All they have to do is kneel down once and the game's over. Mind you, Matthew Stafford has 7 yards. He's got the over. 6.5 yards is the over. He kneels down, loses a yard, ends up with 6 yards total for rushing. The last play of the game cost anybody that had the over on Matthew Stafford at 6.5 rushing yards. You lost. If you had the under, you were losing the whole game and you won on a kneel down.
Well,
that's just rude. That's just rude.
It just goes to show you how good Vegas is.
It really does.
Right? I mean, a missed extra point or it's 4. The spread was 4.5. Right?
Yep.
And again, there's so many things they're dead on at.
They were 43-point total. 43-point total. The over/under was 46.5. They were within almost a field goal, close. They got the
Yeah,
blue
yeah,
Gatorade. They put blue Gatorade up. That was the Gatorade that got poured on the winning coach.
yeah, it was pretty remarkable. Yeah, Vegas. Vegas always wins, so don't they?
Well, Vegas was built on being able to, understand sporting events and knowing that 0.5% on the craps table and the blackjack table will build you huge casinos.
Yeah, that's right.
Build you huge casinos.
Slot machines.
So
That's where they make their money.
So we got to take a break. When we come back, we got to talk about the things that I know you could care less about, but half the people that watch, that's all they worry about. We'll talk about the $6.5 million apiece. That's what they cost. $6.5 million for a 30-second commercial. We'll talk about those. Plus, there's some people that are hammering Pepsi and some people that think they got it right. We'll talk with Galen, all about his opinions on that. After this timeout, you're listening to Ocala Talks on 1370 AM, 96.3 FM. It says WOCA, the source.
Are you or your loved one being released from a hospital and wondering how you'll manage? Inform your physician that you want to go to Palm Garden of Ocala at 2700 Southwest 34th Street for your rehabilitation. Palm Garden provides pain management, post-discharge follow-up, diabetic care, psychosocial support, and so much more. Plus, they even offer outpatient rehab. This award-winning care facility has a team of licensed professionals dedicated to enhancing your independence. Call 352-854-6262 today.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
New arrivals and new savings are waiting for you at Blockers Furniture. With over 80,000 square feet of the best selection and best prices you can find on furniture, mattresses, home accents, accessories, and more. And with new trucks arriving weekly, Blockers has the best available in-stock selection. Unlike many other furniture companies that will have you waiting for months to get what you want or need, come see everything that Blockers has to offer. Blockers Furniture, 2402 Southwest College Road, next to Hobby Lobby.
Are you wasting time boxing up packages and going to the post office or the UPS store? Are you tired of not knowing what you'll pay when you get there? Just Ship offers pickup service and flat rate packaging and postage rates, which takes the guesswork out of shipping while saving you time and money. So quit wasting valuable time and money. Call or text Just Ship at 352-234-3840. That's 352-234-3840. Just Shipped.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks. On a Monday, Galen Enoff from Life South joins us. He does every Monday, brought to you by the good folks at Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, Penn Flooring, and Just Shipped. Galen, before we get to the commercials and all, now I see a report, and I just saw the video, on the defensive holding call that we talked about where it really wasn't defensive holding, but it went against Cincinnati. I didn't notice this, and they didn't even bring it up on TV. I watched the replay just now on Michael Hurley's Twitter feed, and the entire offensive line for the Rams goes about a half second early. The center didn't snap the ball. They all go early. It should have been a false start in the first place. That play should have never happened. And nobody caught it. Even TV didn't catch it.
Yeah. Well, it's Collinsworth, and he's too busy about how he can inflect himself into the game.
Yeah, so they snapped it late. The center snapped it late. But, it's in the books now. The Rams are the winners. So I saw this last night in the pregame as they were about to start the game. They put up how much commercials were. 6.5 million for a commercial in the Super Bowl.
Sure.
The only person didn't pay for their commercial in the Super Bowl, are you ready for this? The only person, he had two 15-second spots, but they were both Peacock commercials, really. So the WWE did not pay for either commercial that had them in it. That Vince McMahon guy, say what you want about wrestling.
Well, you gotta
he's a
remember
business
Peacock,
genius.
Yeah, but Peacock owns WWE, all their broadcast rights right now.
Right, they leased all their broadcast rights. Right, yeah, they leased all their broadcast rights.
So they're really just promoting themselves.
Well, of course that's what they
Good
do.
for them.
But WWE gets its pay-per-views promoted without having to pay for it during the Super Bowl. That's pretty good for WWE.
Sure. I mean, again, Vince McMahon is no moron. People may think he's an idiot, but he's not a moron.
So, did you watch any of the commercials or anything like most people do? I was amazed.
Right?
I was amazed at how many people say when they did a poll, a Gallup poll, and I don't know why Gallup put this in the field, but Gallup did a poll that came out Friday that said 42% of the people that watch the Super Bowl say they watch it for commercials mainly.
Well, it makes sense to me because that's what pop culture is. That's what people will be talking about today. Nobody, not everybody understands the game of football, right? But everybody understands the commercials. Or at least we'll try to, unless you paid that much to put a QR code.
Well, yeah, I didn't understand that. So, when watching the commercials, did you have one that stuck out because it was good or bad, either way?
I thought that electric vehicles. My gosh, I mean, can't we be a little more creative than have Schwarzenegger as Zeus in every car commercial? You know what? If they were to put on there and
Wait, stop.
say this is what a real car sounds like, and just zoom
Look,
the V8,
stop.
they would sell more cars.
Stop. You watched that Zeus and Hera commercial about electric cars, and what you took from that is that Arnold Schwarzenegger was a bad Zeus. That's what you took from that? You didn't take how good Selma Hayek looked in a toga?
Well,
you didn't take that?
Selma Hayek fan. I just don't. I was like, come on. I just thought it was stupid. That's all.
Who cares? Selma Hayek was in it.
You know what the funniest commercial was? Was a guy who died with the Pringles can on his hand.
That is funny.
I'm sorry.
That's
that
hilarious.
Right there was.
It was. You know what? You know the one that I thought was hilarious because it caught today's culture by using the 50s to show you how ridiculous it was the Barbie commercial, the Barbie Dream House commercial.
Sure.
Because it caught just how ridiculous culture is today. It was
not untrue.
They were having the bidding war. It was fantastic. I thought it was very, very funny.
That one was terrible, but they're like all the seltzer commercials. I mean, come on, those are all kind of like they have, I guess, seltzer that now tastes like Coca-Cola or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh gosh. But you got to remember the Super Bowl is targeted at 30 something. The halftime show is targeted at 30.
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to the halftime show in a minute. But you're right. The guy in the casket that had the Pringles can on his hand while he was in the casket.
That was the funniest one. I'm sorry. That was funny.
It was really funny.
That is wet. He just left it on there. I mean, because we've all done that. We've all gotten that can stuck on it for getting that last chip. And good for them. I mean, I thought that was funny.
I do want to watch, though, after watching the preview, I do want to watch this HBO special about winning time, the rise of the Lakers.
Yeah, that does look good. And, boy, NBC is pumping up the Olympics as hard as they can.
They got John C. Reilly playing Jerry Buss. I can't wait for that.
That will be good. That will be very, very, very good. I mean, the Showtime Lakers were, they were so much fun to watch. It'll be interesting to see what they do with Cooper and his absolute, just didn't ever have sex. So it'll be fun. That was an interesting group. Magic had sex with everybody.
Everybody.
Kareem Kareem was a Muslim kind of, and Cooper didn't have sex, and James Worthy seemed to be the only normal one.
And Worthy was all about business. He was all about just win, whatever I got to do. So back to the commercials. The one that I didn't get, and as people are saying it's one of the funniest ones, I guess maybe I didn't get it, or it was just stupid like I thought. The Uber Don't Eats, where they were, they said because the bag said Uber Eats and they deliver other things besides food, that they could eat diapers or eat laundry detergent and stuff. I thought, well, that's just stupid.
Well, a lot of these commercials, if you notice, they put as many celebrities as they possibly could into a commercial, right? Like, let's see if we can fit 50 celebrities into one commercial. Like, Uber Eats was one of them. First of all, I'm a DoorDash guy. So maybe I understood what they were saying. It just didn't do anything for me.
I really wasn't into the Lay's commercial that had Paul Rudd and Seth Rogen. I've seen that. I'm tired of that. I've seen Freaks and Geeks. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I don't know. They could have done better than that. I don't know. I mean, he married a zombie.
Yeah, it could have been, could have been much better. Since Seth Rogen became all politically correct, he's no longer funny. He used to be, the interview was incredibly funny, right? That was probably his last good movie. And we're not talking about, McLovin and all those characters he created, which was incredible. Those days are gone for him. So.
He's done.
Did you get the Dolly Parton, Miley Cyrus do it for the phones thing for T-Mobile? Maybe I'm missing something there.
I saw it. I mean, they did a duet together. Dolly. It's hard to. I mean, it's Dolly Parton, right? She's an icon. She's probably the greatest icon, the oldest living icon alive today.
Yes.
And so it's hard not to respect everything she does. It was the T-Mobile telephone commercial.
Yeah.
We need more 5G.
Well, the Amazon Alexa, the mind reader one with Colin Jost and
I didn't like that.
Scarlett Johansson. Well, I'd already seen it. Snippets of it had been playing for the last 3 weeks. It wasn't a Super Bowl commercial to me.
But to me, it just shows how infiltrated Amazon is in our lives, and that they're making that right. Like the Meta commercial was bad. I know you're a huge Facebook fan, so you probably love that. But all of these commercials just show, and I'm tired of everybody saying, our experience are going to become more immersive.
Yeah.
I don't know. How about you go out in the real world and become a part of your immersive world?
And the commercial I cared for the least of all of them. Do I really think Brooks Koepka's getting advice from his caddy on whether to drink Michelob Ultra or not? Am I really buying that?
I mean, that's just a Michelob. All the Michelob Ultra commercials are kind of far-fetched like that now. Again, I don't think there's a commercial that we'll walk away from and say, wow, that was fantastic.
My favorite one still. The Pringles commercial. My favorite one still of all time, 2010, Betty White, the Snickers commercial.
Sure.
You're out here playing like Betty White. That's not what your girlfriend said last night.
That's right.
Still my favorite of all time.
It was a good one.
We got.
I mean, you got to remember the Super Bowl's launched some great commercials.
Some great commercials.
And there's been a ton of them. I don't think we launched anything today.
No. Nothing like the Budweiser frogs. We got to take a break. When we come back, more with Galen Udall, because we still got to talk about the halftime show. Some people think Pepsi got it right. Some people think Pepsi got it wrong. We'll ask Galen what he thinks next. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
National Security Advisor in the Biden administration, Jake Sullivan, has been named as one of 3 in the Hillary Clinton campaign that falsified documents and created the Russia collusion hoax. That hoax by Democrats enabled mainstream media to attack President Trump for years. The president in late 2017.
When you look at the Hillary Clinton investigation, it was, I've been saying it for a long time. That was a rigged system, folks. That was a rigged system.
Hours after Canadian police removed protesters camped nearly a week near the Ambassador Bridge has reopened. The Detroit International Bridge Company said the action follows a state of emergency declared in Ontario, Canada, and an injunction granted by an Ontario judge, which took effect Friday. The convoy of trucks blocking passage were protesting mandates by the government in Canada. USA Radio News.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my